We're
Good
live. Talking
morning.
about my yard. Hi.
Good morning, me and you.
Good morning. Oh, I didn't even try to find my phone or anything. I could
Oh,
go
you
on
got.
over here.
Oh wait, I think I have my YouTube open. Amateur. Okay, now it's off.
Can you mute from? Oh,
Hey,
Debbie's
Debbie.
here. Okay. Ashley's
Hey,
here.
Ashley.
Hello.
Can I mute what?
I was going to say, I could try to pop out the chat. Ugh.
It was a rookie mistake. Yup,
What's the rookie mistake?
that I had my YouTube still up. It was up because hey Angie,
Hi,
because
Angie.
I was popping out the chat this morning
I like Angie.
and I forgot to turn it off. That's why it was playing in the background.
I watched Angie yesterday and she's like, I love you. And you can't do anything about
There you go. I love Angie's lives. She's so funny.
Hello,
Did you
neighbor.
have you
Yeah.
been watching her? Hey
Hi, Virginia.
Virginia, long time no see. How are you?
Yeah. How's it going? I've been watching, she comes on live at around the time that I'm going to start supper or we just come in from like doing stuff. So
Uh-huh.
sometimes I listen while I'm doing other stuff, but I say hi. And I heard her, the neighborhood chat, is that what she calls it?
Mm-hmm.
Once a week. Yeah, she's very wise, I'd
Yeah.
say. Like all these, it's very true what she says, and I always want to say that.
Hey
Irina,
Arena.
Irina, Jarina, or
Arena.
I don't know,
Arena.
Arina. Well, I was looking at pronunciations of Y's, and in Spain they say sometimes they say with the Y. Yeah. Uh, wow, Debbie, I love those wave pachinos.
Nice.
Those are my favorite. I bought a few of them, but here sometimes you can get a deal, but not that kind of a deal. Well, for you
Nice.
guys, it's probably like a couple months into the growing season. We just entered the growing season
Oh,
here.
so of course they're gonna charge you full price.
Yeah, me, nah. In Spanish, the Y is not silent. It's pronounced ja, like a ha, J, Jarina, Jarina, Yarina.
I think but you pronounce yours Arena, right? If not, I'm like screwing it up constantly.
Jarina, Jarina, Ja,
She said
Jari,
perfect.
Jarina. It's like a Jarina. Let's
No.
just say Jarina, Yarina, just Yarina. Oh my gosh.
No, I thought you said it wasn't
It's
Urena.
Ms. Hernandez. I apologize in advance. My anyway,
You're gonna get it one day.
I know Hernandez, and he used to say Hernandez. My ex is Hernandez, but they were Boricua. That's what they were.
Oh, Dee says Arena. She keeps saying Yarina,
Hi, Claudette.
like the maiden name.
Okay, now Debbie's giving us knowledge. She keeps saying the ya, yeah, Yarina,
So
Yarina.
Yarina.
You still like roll
Yarina.
the R's. Anyway, my
You roll
ex
my
just
R.
said
So
gringa. He called
Yarina.
me gringa. He
Hey
says you can't
Claudette.
know what I'm saying, gringa.
I sure wish Thomas would bring me a cup of coffee.
I don't have a coffee fairy in this house.
Yeah. I sure wish somebody would bring me coffee.
In my occasionally when I lived in New Jersey, but that was my ex used to make a whole pot for me, and I'd come down and I'd be like, "There was a coffee fairy. Made some coffee. Yay!"
Well, Garrett made me a cup of coffee this morning.
Well,
And I like
my
to use heavy cream in my coffee. And Marie, the fridge here, it doesn't get like cold enough. So I have my fridge outside. Hey, Jane. So
Right.
my heavy cream was in here, and Garrett said, "You don't want that cream." He said, "I had to use evaporated milk." He said, "Your cream was like cement."
Wait, cement because it was spoiled or cement because it was
Yeah,
frozen?
it was spoiled. Or
Oh,
actually,
yes.
he said cement, but
Cement. Uh, Well, you might could make cheese out of that.
yeah, ew.
No, I don't.
I can't use aged stuff. So,
Oh, aged. So
I
cheese is,
do. Not a lot, like about an ounce.
I use about 4 ounces of milk in my coffee. I'm just saying 4 ounces because it's like this much of the mug.
Yeah. The
Feels
reason
like
I started that is
I know.
because I used to be on keto and that had less carbs. And I just prefer it now. Before that, the only thing I would use was evaporated milk. But now I like my heavy cream.
I
And
just
now
like
at Sam's, they sell the half gallon instead of the little quart size. So it goes bad before you use it. But it's so
can you
expensive at the store.
freeze it in ice cube trays and just
I
use
don't
it like
know.
that? I don't know. But you
You
just
just
use it.
use it to make Alfredo sauce. Yeah.
Well, I listen to a lot of dietitians and microbiologists and endocrinologists. There was a woman that said the reason why people have so much metabolic syndrome, they believe, is that in the 70s they were promoting skim milk over whole milk. And there's a compound called something like C18, I don't remember, but like it helps with metabolism. So
Right.
like because people were using less butter and less whole milk, that kind of get wiped. They were saying, why is the next generation so much more prone to like
Mhm.
issues with metabolism, issues with
Right.
diabetes and stuff?
Right.
And
Well,
they feel like it's that, believe it or not.
I have to go.
Yeah, whole milk is good. It's the best. I'm using that now. My
Yeah.
cholesterol went way down. It's like it seems
Mhm.
counterintuitive, but it worked for me.
Right. Well, I have to go get me some heavy cream because I'm not supposed to have anything in a can.
I wonder if the can linings
I
make
think
stuff.
because it takes longer to process and the histamine levels go up. Hey, Purple.
Hi, Purple. How are you?
Purple, can you send me your email address? Because I think I got the wrong email address.
Oh, I think the dogs need
Yeah, I
water.
don't. Well, I use 2%, like if we're drinking milk, but
Hold on a second.
no, I can't drink skim milk. That's like water. Now, my kids
Tony,
won't drink whole milk because they said
Tony,
it's too thick.
the
They don't
dogs
like
need
it.
water. If you don't mind.
If you mind, do it anyway.
Yeah, well, I had it like I don't know. He
Ah,
kind of says like,
right.
well, why was she making so much noise? She needs water or not need water? Just because it's clanging it doesn't mean it.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah, we drink 2%. Kevin, what kind of milk do you drink?
I'm a I'm a fan of whole milk since my cholesterol went down after using it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I can't drink whole milk. It's like the kids,
I don't.
even my kids won't drink it.
I was gonna say something. I don't drink it like a beverage. I never did. I don't care for it like that. I only put it in coffee. So that's that. I
Yeah,
mean, and
Claudette said they don't drink
occasionally just
milk.
well, I'm not a like if people say, "Here, have a nice big glass of milk with your sandwich." I'm like, "Ugh." No, that's not for me.
Yeah, it's too rich for me too, Angie. But I love milk. And if I'm eating certain things, it's got to be milk, you know? Thomas, I wouldn't be mad if you made me coffee. He's pretending he doesn't hear me. Isn't that
Get up
something?
here. Make sure
But
they
if I
hear you.
said, Thomas, let's go somewhere, he'd heard that.
Well, say it. Just do a test. Hey, Thomas, you want to go with me to
What,
make
Thomas? You want to go to the dollar bin store? Is he in the bathroom? No.
Okay, I use the Fairlife whole milk, and it's really lower in carbs and it's higher in protein. So if I figure I'm
I'm
going to
not
spend
supposed
the
to
extra
have
dollar
dairy,
to have it.
really. Well, they said if it bothers me, like I
There you
have to
go.
eliminate certain things. So if the milk or dairy bothers me, then, but it doesn't really. Like I'm not drinking that much.
What are you
So
doing? Morning. Look, morning the axe. He steals paper towels and he comes in here to eat them. I don't know what to do. This is mine. You can't have it. That's a no. Go away.
I know, right? Rena, uh,
Oh man.
right. Remember that little commercial, milk does a body good? Yeah, well, guess
Well,
not, huh?
well, I don't know. Look, there's people, 5 years ago, everybody was saying, milk is for calves to get to be 300 pounds in a year, right? So it's not really for humans. But maybe, we've been doing it for years. I mean, my grandparents who were born in 1890s were drinking milk from cows. I mean, they weren't drinking any other kind of milk
Mm-hmm.
anyway. And they lived on my
I'm
mom's
gonna
side,
send them a
those
text.
people, they lived pretty long. On my dad's side, it didn't work for them. Oh well, what am I gonna do?
I'm gonna send Thomas a text because I can.
They're saying it could decalcify you when it has so much calcium. I guess it depends on the human, right? I don't know. Every study, it's like if a doctor reads a study, they want to believe it, but then they find out 5 years later the studies were flawed. But honestly, I used to be a big skim milk person, and then I went to 2%. And when I went to whole milk, my cholesterol dropped below 200. So I don't know. It's the only thing I could think of is that I started eating, well, I have olive oil, butter, and whole milk because I don't know. I'm not
All
saying, I
right.
mean, I wasn't like slim. It's not like I changed, not like running every day. The
You
only
think
thing
you'll
I,
get the hint?
yeah, really. Yeah, it's true. I
Yeah,
mean,
dairy doesn't it like I can't have like sour cream, anything.
she froze for me. I don't feel frozen. She said that she can't have sour cream. Anything that's fermented or aged right
Right.
now, you're
Am
supposed to
I
have.
back? I don't know
Yes,
what's
you're
going
back.
on.
And I suppose you can't have the nightshade vegetables because every
Um, I can have no, not well. If it doesn't bother me, I can have it. Let me turn this
because
down.
we're growing tomatoes and peppers and potatoes and onions in their own nightshades, I believe.
Well, I
Yeah,
made some
they all make me sick.
this update on the phone. I hate it. Um,
We need it for
we
our
made
brains.
we made some red rice, which is sort of like a jambalaya with a tomato base. I ate that. The itching was so bad, but I've eaten tomatoes and it didn't bother me. I think it was the sausage because I'm not supposed to have sausage, but I never noticed it before. So
I was reading the chat. You said you had sausage with what?
I made we call it a red rice. It's a it's a jambalaya made with a red base instead of a tomato base instead of.
But did you also put onions and peppers?
Yeah,
I'm just
onions are good for me.
okay. I was just wondering because, like, I don't feel well when I eat a lot of onions and peppers. Okay, what Urena said about the oils, avocado. What I hear on the internet that's like recent, the nutrition people want you to have avocado oil and
No, on this diet, I can have olive
Olive
oil.
oil. And ghee is good too.
Yeah, I can
Sausage.
have ghee. I can have sausage. I mean sausage. I can have olive oil, butter, ghee.
I I don't always like the way I feel when I have sausages, but I think it's the spices and because it's fatty. And it's like something about it. It does give me like reflux. And
Yeah.
I can't have I usually use lactose-free milk when I use my milk.
Mm-hmm.
And I use lactose-free cottage cheese, your favorite.
Right.
But, you have to
I
pay so
don't.
much extra for the lactose
I don't
free.
think I can have avocado.
I don't know. It's like I don't know what to have anymore. See, I had some. I was told I have to be on a protein forward diet, meaning you're supposed to try to have about 20 grams of protein per
Yeah, I
meal.
can have avocado too. So basically, I'm on gluten-free plus all the other crap I can't have. Oh, it does.
True, it's true, Urena. That's definitely
You use the evaporated milk. You
it is.
can.
Can you use the other one?
What?
The one they usually buy.
They change. They say eat fresh meat, and then if you get it from the meat counter, they wrap it in plastic, and it's on those little plastic diapers, meat diapers. And I'm thinking, what's in that stuff absorbing all the blood that like I want them to put it on in paper, like butcher paper, and then put the plastic on it. But like
Mhm.
I can't afford to be going to butcher shops. I don't even know if
Right.
there are butcher shops around here, truthfully.
Yeah. I wish I could eat anything. They diagnosed me with mast cell activation syndrome, which means my body overproduces histamine and other things. Like a histamine intolerance is just if your histamine is high, but it's other things also, like my trypase and different things. So they're thinking that is the reason of all my neurological problems, skin problems. So all that is tied into this. Some people have it so bad. This one poor girl I was looking at, she can eat two things. So she has to have two feedings
Hmm.
and she can't leave the house.
Hmm.
So it's also like if you have reactions immediately to smells, and it's not like just a headache. Some people it's just weird. And
I
then I have gastroparesis, so they thinking that was part of it. But once it's
Well, if you have inflammation in your body, it makes sense that that could be
yeah,
part of
but
it.
once the mast cell is activated, it cannot be unactivated.
Do you get
Or
congested in your sinuses too, or what?
sometimes.
I'm very sensitive to smells, but I don't know. They give me headaches sometimes.
Yeah. Well, this one doesn't start in the gut, but it can contribute to the gut stuff. So I don't know. It's very confusing. And then she's also testing me for this genetic thing. It's hereditary alpha trypacemia, which she thinks I have. So I don't know. It's
And if
just
you have it, what does that mean for you? Like, do you have to be on another special
oh,
kind
thank you, Purple. Um, it is. It's so confusing. And last night after Bella woke me up with her pooping, I was on the phone reading stuff, and it's overwhelming. So they tell you don't do everything at one time. So right now I'm focusing on the gluten-free part of it. because you can't have the wheat, the rye, the barley, that stuff, the same as the gluten-free. So you can't have any of that. Yeah, perfumes give me a headache too. Very few
Me
don't.
too. I can
Like,
go to movies on Saturday nights because of all the men with cologne on and the women, and I stopped going because of people
right.
with smells.
I
Yeah,
can't tolerate the florals.
I don't know, like whatever it is. When my mom was getting chemo, there's a couple that walked in, and they both had they were each scented, highly scented, so bad that they were sitting on the other end of a big waiting room, and their wafting stink.
Uh-huh.
And some of these colognes even smell good, but it gave me a migraine. It was making my mom nauseous, and I
Yeah,
was
if
kind
you go in, especially if you go into a
of
doctor's office where people like,
they're
especially
they're-
in like a neurologist, people have migraines. And I was at the neurologist's office and I felt great that day until this woman had so much perfume on. By the time I got back there to see him, oh, Thomas, you are the
The
best.
thing is out.
What?
The thing that I used to mix stuff.
Oh, I need a new battery
It needs 2 new batteries.
up there or in there, but you can get it later. Mister, I don't have a shirt on.
Yeah, and there's some cultures that eat, like I get I feel sick when I have tomatoes, but I think
Hey,
it's like
Jennifer.
eating the skins. Hi, Jennifer. And peppers make me feel a little off. And like when I do sauteed peppers, onions, and stuff, mushrooms I can eat, and I don't have any kind of issues with. What's up? We're talking about food intolerances and things that can set off our issues. So it's exciting.
Exciting.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I sat down and I cried the other night. I'm like,
I said it with a sarcastic face.
I know.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
I made 9 dozen of cookies for this lady.
Oh,
That killed me, but I didn't eat it.
well,
Not even one.
Not
even a bite.
I remember one year I was doing a lot of candy making and baking, and I didn't eat any of it. And one lady was sitting next to me, and she ate one of my cookies, and she went, and it sounded like she broke a tooth. And I go, they're that hard? And I go, I usually test them. And I was embarrassed. But she said, no, they're good. They're just crunchy. And
Oh my God. Look, wait, that reminds me. Everybody wants me to make homemade mac and cheese wherever we go. So I sent Garrett the cheese and he bought Walmart brand cheese. We got there. Nobody would eat it. It was so embarrassing. It was so bad. I don't buy Walmart cheese to save my soul. If I be the last cheese on earth, I would not buy it.
They don't always use the same manufacturer. So like the same thing with the store brand that I used to get. We had this big chain ShopRite, and their store brand used to be decent. And then they switched to something in basket bread. I don't know. Anyway, the new store brand was so bad. Everything was so bad that they made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't use canola. I do buy vegetable oil sometimes if they fry chicken or whatever. Like last night they had fried chicken. But I ate my little dinner and I was happy with it because it was so good.
I'm glad. I just defrosted some meat yesterday and just made cooked meat with salt and pepper on it. Well, actually, I had some ketchup. I cheated. Anyway.
Yeah.
And
well,
no bun burgers.
Well, Garrett bought me 2 7 steaks. And I cooked that down with onions and bell peppers. So, and I had a little bit of rice that I put the gravy on that I like thickened it up with cornstarch because I can have that. So, oh, gross. My mama loves parquet margarine. I don't know, those of you don't remember after the hurricane. She's like, I need some parquet. They don't have any parquet. We didn't have much of anything around here. Girl, when she found that parquet, she bought 2 big old tubs of parquet. I'm like, what the hell are you going to do with that?
She's
Thank you, Jane.
Maybe she uses it as a moisturizer.
This was a gift from John Lucas.
I like butter.
Yeah, me too. I like butter.
We used
But
to
now
use
she'll eat
Promise
butter.
Margarine, and then we used to use Diet Promise Margarine. How crappy!
Now I do use margarine for that cookie recipe. It calls for half butter, half margarine. But that's the only thing I buy it for. I mean, that stuff is nasty tasting, but it does in the cookies. It works because it needs that moisture. I don't know. Anyway, it's a recipe for over 90 years ago, so I'm not messing with it.
My husband is. I told you he's so fond of butter that this week, because we have an asparagus crop coming in, so every night we were having asparagus. So I would say, "Oh, he served me a bowl of butter with some asparagus on top," and
that's what I asked. I said, "Tony cooked, huh?"
Absolutely. So when we went to the market, I just threw 2 pounds in the cart because I'm like, "You need more butter." I could tell he probably used up the whole thing.
Well, I told you when I went to that store, the butter was $1.99 for a pound. I mean, it was store brand, but still.
Okay, lard in pie crust is supposed to be ideal. We actually blanched it and froze 2 batches of it.
Yeah, my family used to use that a lot.
Lard make the best fluffy rice too. And
lard in your rice?
Oh, you're not Puerto Rican. If you're like from the Caribbean islands, you would use lard.
I mean, my grandparents used to use it to fry things or to,
Oh, one of my favorite neighbors was half Cuban, half Puerto Rican. She made the best food. And we had cook-offs between I lived in a building with a lot of Latinas, and so we had a cook-off of tostones with like the Dominican girl and the Puerto Rican girl and then the Puerto Rican Cuban girl. And we all went to one of their houses and we were saying, okay, let's all make them the way we know how to make them and see whose is the best. And the one who was Cuban Puerto Rican made the best ones. She also she added a little more seasoning in it. It was so good. But yeah, lard. Lard is good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that they made was mofongo, and I can't even. It's like plantains that are, I guess they're kind of minced and fried, and you make almost like a meat that could go in the middle of it, and it's so good. But when I first heard the word that somebody said to me, "Do you like mofongo?" And I go, "That sounds like a curse word to my ear," but I know. So delicious.
Oh, they came at you?
Oh. Okay. The booty chick, she's into certain kinds of. I know she was saying don't ever eat canola oil on one of her shows, but I didn't hear anything about the pork stuff.
Pickled asparagus. There you go, Susie. You can pickle your asparagus.
We're not really pickly kind of people. Well, I do like pickles. I actually would like to make those like little Kirby grow. I should say make them. I'm rolling my eyes at myself. Anyway, I would love to grow some special kind of squash called delicata. They don't have the plants for it, so I guess we're gonna have to try to get seeds.
Yeah.
It seems a little late in the season.
I like pork, but I can't eat pork now. Pork is the meat that I can't have.
Pork is delicious. Pork is so good.
It is. Oh my God.
In the old chat. I mean I don't even know the first part of the Bible.
The Old Testament?
Yeah. They do say like you shouldn't have food with cloven hoofs or something, which I guess means you can't have pork or goats, or they tell you not to have scavenger eating meat. But like when did they write that Bible? Come on. Anyway.
Oh well, you can hang out with us.
Pork
we don't care what you eat.
It's one of my favorite meats now. My grandma wasn't into pork at all. anyway. But my mom and dad ate like ham. I don't like ham. I want to eat like a pork shoulder, a pernil, pernil. I don't know how you say it. It's what? Are you kidding me? I never even heard of it.
Wow. Oh man, I wouldn't survive. Hey, Emery.
I love beef. Hi, Emery. Really? I've never heard that in my. I've never. Wow, I'd be like, I'm back, my friend.
Oh,
Oh,
cool, Debbie.
it's kind of true. When we go in the
Yeah.
store, the pork is half the price of
I
the.
know Becca was at work and she goes,
Maybe
Mom,
less.
you seen the sirloin chops on sale? And I'm thinking she's talking about beef and she took us to the pork. And I'm like, I can't have pork, Becca.
Why
But
can't you have pork though? Honest, if
I
it's.
don't know. It says pork is higher in histamine levels.
Oh man, 5
And
to
a lot of
15%.
it is if like I can't have deli meat because it's left out. So like I'm supposed to freeze my stuff immediately.
I used to work for a restaurant chain that is a deli oriented restaurant chain. I used to work for their franchise office. And I said, let's order some because I've never had it. And the guy who owned the place said, oh, no, you don't want it. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, it's 25% water and it's probably 10% chemicals on top of
Yeah.
it. So you're getting like hardly any food out of the
Yeah.
meat. It's wet.
My daughter-in-law makes the best smoked pork butt. Well, you've had it.
And that's
And
good.
so I can't have that anymore.
Mm.
So no things that
All right.
sit around a long time. So nothing slow cooked.
She's saying pork is salty and cured. When I get fresh pork, fresh ham, fresh cuts of pig meat, it's not, there's nothing in it. It's just,
Yeah.
butchered animals.
Oh,
So,
I know pork belly is like, oh my God.
no, Jane,
I know.
I always look for this. The store I go to usually has one cut of beef for like, I'll say less than $8 a pound. And when it's $5.99, I get two because I'm gonna freeze that, because that's when it's cheaper. But they don't have roasts. They just have like maybe chuck roast.
Yeah. I went to, I guess it was Sam's, and the chuck roasts were like $30 and they wasn't very big, or 32, $34.
I don't even go to Costco anymore because it's like an hour and a half away from here. I used to live a mile and a half from a Costco.
Oh, Anne Marie's from Canada too?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's expensive. Like we can get pork on sale for like $1.99 a pound.
I don't think I could scroll up. Yeah, one week there was pork for $1.99, and that's what we ate.
Mhm.
I really need to go back to the store if we're staying here over the weekend. I mean, we don't have like. I'm trying also to not eat so much. Like, all the frozen foods, all the convenience foods are very salty and they have a lot of carbs. And
Mhm.
I don't usually care about having salt, but I don't want it to taste salty, if you know what I mean. Like if you
Oh,
ever,
I know.
those like convenience foods like chicken voila or whatever. I call it Viola as a joke.
Right.
Anyway, it tastes like weird to me almost. It's like,
Mhm.
ugh, it's gross.
Well, the pork sirloin steaks, you got like 6 of them in a pack for like $7. Yeah, I do too, Purple, when I could find it. But you got to be early to beat some of those people there.
When I was doing whole food for my dogs in New Jersey, they would always have really good sales, but you had to almost tell the butcher guy, I'm interested in your sale meat. When are you putting it out? And he would say, I'm putting it out at 10 o'clock. And then I'd be like, I'll be there at 10 o'clock. And sometimes 2 or 3 people were waiting for it. And it was like,
Yeah.
get out of my way. People were elbowing you to get it.
Yeah, that's what they told me, to eat a lot of fresh fruit,
Yeah,
vegetables, and meats.
Yeah, those frozen foods, like, I was kind of disappointed at the just I don't know. They're easy. My husband still likes a frozen pizza, but we don't really have like a whole lot of pizza. Like I live in a farming community. It's like everything's closed by 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And I know that that sounds weird that I'm saying that, but in New Jersey and New York, you almost could get food, up till about 11.
Mhm.
And we were driving around my first week in New Jersey looking for stores that were open in the night because we were just like, let's see what we could get if we wanted to eat at like 2 in the morning. So
Right.
came down to like one Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, a convenience store. We found
Wow.
the places here.
Oh, that's good, Purple. Yeah, it does, Claudette.
I have some pink salt. Well, there's another kind of pink salt you can't use at all unless you're pickling like meat, which I did. You probably could never eat that ever. Like if you want to make like a corned beef or
Mhm.
a pickled cut of meat.
Yeah, right.
And it has to soak in that butcher salt for like a week.
That just sounds
Submerged.
gross. I don't like corned
You know,
beef that
did you ever have like a Reuben? It's made with pastrami. It could be good if it's made well, but yeah, it's not. Look, it's basically like none of that stuff's like it's like hot dog meat. Like it's not healthy, really.
Mhm.
It's sort of a treat. You can have it a couple. You can't make it your everyday diet, right?
Right.
Like if you have a July 4th barbecue, you can have it,
Yeah.
or you could pick a hamburger and not have it at all. But I don't.
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
eat
we
it.
don't make hot dogs a lot. Occasionally we do, but I guess I'll keep that for my occasional cheat or something. But I don't want to think about cheating because I'm just getting into it. I've been gluten free for what, 2 weeks now?
Did you lose weight? Are you checking?
I'm
Do you have a
not checking.
scale?
My scale's packed somewhere.
I'm sorry to laugh. I I have a scale I've been using, and every time I get off it, it says it's sending by Bluetooth somewhere my weight, and I'm like, I don't want my weight being broadcast.
Right.
Oh, where it's gone. But it made me feel strange.
I used to buy my Himalayan salt from like Big Lots.
Big Lots. Our Big Lots, our Big Lots is turning into a TJ Maxx because
Is
they're
it?
running out of business. And I'm actually really excited about it. And my husband's like, why would you be excited about that? And I'm thinking, it makes me feel like I'm living in civilization. And I know that that's odd, but
Mm-hmm.
they have occasionally like good, nice bras they're new, but they're reasonable priced, or
Yeah.
I don't know. Like sometimes you want a sheet set. They could have it like, well,
Right.
they used to have sheet sets
Mm-hmm.
for way less than $100. I don't know what the new prices are going to be like.
Right. I'm not as tired, Jane, and my stomach feels better.
But you're telling me all the time you're feeling tired lately.
I know, but last week and the week before, I was taking like an hour, 2 hour nap.
Okay.
So I'm
Let's see.
tired, but I'm not napping.
All right,
So
that's good.
that's an improvement.
Okay, I get it now. Because yesterday and this morning, you're like, oh,
Well, I was tired this morning because my big dog put diarrhea poop all over my bedroom. You wake up to that smell.
yeah, no, I don't want to. My,
Oh,
I don't even want to know, like, when Norton was doing the like, noise, and I'm like, get off the
I
bush.
know. Sean comes in the room and he's like, "What's going on in here?" He goes, "Oh."
Yeah, I would have to, I would put a fan facing out so it sucks the smell out.
Right. Well, we left the bedroom door open, and then after, well, my husband, he got up, took her out, and then he cleaned it up. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
And Sean's like, so now I got to go buy carpet cleaner because there's carpet in there. So Sean goes, let me spray something. And he sprayed some Airwick peppermint spray. And I have a little fan for the noise by my bed, and it went in my face after he sprayed it. It wasn't a good night. That's why I'm tired.
Right.
Oh, God.
We had Amish people in our house helping move furniture up, so like a piece of furniture up the stairs.
Uh-huh.
The guy had he had dirt on his shoe, and let me just say the dirt was from an animal. Okay, I don't know. Let me look.
I used to, Arena, but
I don't see nobody.
it's packed. So until we get to our other house, God only knows. Yes, sprayed.
Let him out.
I went to our bin store, and there was like a bunch of hey Tony.
Hi, Tony. They said hi, Tony. Hello.
There was a bunch of bottles of the lavender poopery. It's made for baby diaper pails, so it doesn't smell. So I used that. I sprayed some of that because I bought some. I figured they can, you can spray it in the bathroom in the garbage or whatever. So I sprayed that. That didn't help. So that's when Sean went and got the Airwick spray, which I use very rarely because I can't take it. But yeah, he sprayed it. The fan took it.
By the way, Debbie is right. What had happened on the carpeting? I used spick and span and paper towels, and it came up. Yes, he did. He did.
Sounds like when I first put my carpet, the guys hadn't made it to the airline highway when my neighbor's kid walked in the house and put poop all the way across it. Brand new carpet. Oh, not even an hour old.
Got christened too early. Oh man, the christening. Yeah,
I went nuts.
I mean, there were two Amish people, but the guy was doing the brunt of the lifting. It was so heavy, that thing. Anyway, I'm glad it didn't cave in the ceiling from the second floor to the first. That thing was so freaking heavy. It's like 4 people pushing on that thing to get it up the stairs.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
You're lucky they didn't say, oh, by the way, that was really heavy. You need to pay me extra.
I paid them. They weren't even going to take money. And we gave them money. And they said, what are we going to? They go, he looked at it like he was shocked. And I'm like, he goes, why did you hand me this? And we're like, go get ice cream. And they go like, oh, thanks. So
yes, it does. It's like you hit 40 and you go,
well,
at 30, my eyes just went, but
I didn't start feeling, I'll say, symptoms of being older. I think it like hit me in it like when I was about 55, 54. I mean, I didn't feel great, but I think it was like when the perimenopausal time. I mean, if you could replace hormones, get your hormones checked out and try to balance them out again, it's my advice. Don't wait till you're my age, because I'm having a hard time getting a doctor to prescribe, things that might help.
And I can't use hormones because
of your heart.
My heart. So, because I have a stent. So, I have to suffer. Well, I think I'm post now. So, but yeah, my mama's good. My mama's 86 today, y'all.
Oh, happy birthday to Mama.
86. I called them like, happy birthday. I said, look, we're going to do your birthday Sunday at Mother's Day. So, yeah, 80.
Got that a lot. We're going to do your birthday on Mother's Day.
Oh. So, yeah. And she can outwork me. She can just outdo me. And she's got rheumatoid arthritis, and she can still kick my butt. I mean, it's amazing.
Give her a hug for me. I want to actually say happy birthday to her. So, are you going to see her today? Give her a kiss. Yeah. And from me.
I will. You and Teresa said the same thing. Tell Mama I said happy birthday. And then when I called her, I forgot. Wait, hold on. I'll get her on the phone.
Yeah. Thanks for cheering me up. Just kidding. Well, I went on the exercise bike yesterday. I'm trying to get better. I did.
Hey, hold on.
Hi, Miss Sandra. It's Suzy. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
All
Happy
the chat.
birthday.
All the chat is telling you hello and happy birthday. And Teresa sends her birthday wishes to you.
Joan's gonna give you a hug and a kiss from me.
All right.
Did you get-
Thank y'all all. Thank all y'alls. All right. Susie's sending you hugs and kisses. I'll give it to you when I see you. All right, Mama. Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Who's singing? Not me.
Happy birthday to you.
Teresa said she'd sing tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Sandra. Happy birthday to you.
Y'all supposed to sing.
Anymore.
Well, when all the kids are around and I make her cake, then, oh God, I got to make a cake. Precious, what do you have on you that's all sticky?
What kind of cake does she like?
I might just go buy one because I don't want to have to make it.
Better. It's a lot.
I was going to make a gluten-free cake that I've made in the past. It's a lemon gluten-free cake. You wouldn't even know it's gluten-free, but she'll know. So
I'm sorry for laughing.
love lemon.
Lemon.
So
I
think I'm going to make that.
I love lemon. But of gluten-free cakes, I've had the chocolate one and it's good.
Well, this one it's, you know, like I said, it's made from scratch and it is so good. You wouldn't even know that it's gluten-free. And believe me, gluten-free, you know it's gluten-free because it's like grainy and I have texture issues. So
you do a lemon
really
bar?
grainy, it gives me the dance and I can't take it.
Can you do a lemon bar?
A what?
Like a lemon, you know, the lemon bars, like with the kind of lemon curd on the top.
I guess I could probably make a small batch of it and make it like a little single kind of thing.
My husband's
Look at Jennifer singing.
My husband's walking around with stuff. I asked him, oh, my dog is barking a lot.
Good job, Jennifer.
Yay.
I wonder if Garrett went to the house yet.
Yes,
Jennifer, we stalked the house.
Tell me what's going on with the house.
Well, I was saying Garrett had called me and said what they were doing. And then
what was it?
At the end of the thing, he called again. And Jennifer's like, what do y'all stalk the house all day? Yep.
Yeah, tell me what they're doing. Why is he around?
All the floors are down.
Tired, by the way? Why is he home a lot?
No, he works near the house.
Oh, okay.
Like as he's going from school to school, he like just passes in front. Okay. The floors are down. The cabinets are in.
Oh, okay. How about the appliances? Cabinet?
Not yet. Nobody worked the last 2 days. So the last they put the cabinets in. The day before that, they put the floors and the shoe molding. They put all that down.
So you said the cabinets are in, but the appliances.
They put cabinets. I never noticed if they had countertops.
Okay. Hi, Desert Rose.
Yes. Well, Garrett went in. Hey, Desert Rose. He went in and the guy said, oh, I'm not supposed to let you in. Garrett said, I'm not telling nobody.
You're saying, yeah, I'm not what? I just want to pee.
He said, oh, I'm not supposed to let you in.
Telling anybody. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Garrett said, I won't tell anybody. He said, okay. Hey, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey.
But yeah. Yes, he is. He's so cute, though. Let me tell you, they did the framing of the house. Those guys walked on the top of those walls like they were walking on the ground. And then the guy up there, he would wiggle to see if the wall would wiggle. And then they would come and straighten it and brace it. And I'm thinking, oh, my God. And then this other young guy, he's leaning over the side of the house, picking up a piece of plywood. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they busted butt out there. You
I
need
saw
one?
Me too. There was a guy who didn't have a ladder because one of the guys who they were doing drywall, and he duct taped his feet to 5-gallon buckets so he would be up off the ground.
Right.
I was
Look, if I'd have done that with the way the guy picked up that board hanging over the side of the house, and then he's hanging over with the nail gun, I'm thinking I'd have just tumbled. Well, first of all, I wouldn't have got up there because I wouldn't have been able to get up there. But it was amazing. These guys worked so fast and so efficient. It was amazing. It was like a well-oiled machine. So
Wait.
then they had some guys from Louisiana.
Okay. And what was the difference?
Okay, good, Jeffrey. So one of the guys that Garrett works with, his last name is Ortiz. So they call him his Mexican uncle. So he said, Unc, he said, your people left. He said, they got some guys from Mississippi. He said, you got rid of my people and you brought the rednecks in from Mississippi.
Terrible. And are they equally efficient at their jobs, or are they like taking
I don't know. When I went there, when the guys let us in, it was 2 guys. And it was a white guy and a black guy, but they both had little dreads in their hair and they shirts off. Let me just say that was a nice view, but so they let us in. Very sweet guys. I don't know where they were from.
The Caucasian man had dreadlocks?
Huh?
The Caucasian man had dreadlocks?
Yes, he did. He did.
All right.
And they both had their shirts off, and I went, oh.
Like, hi. Hi.
Oops, I fell. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, you did.
Actually, wait, no. It was just the white guy that had the dreads. The other one didn't.
You were so distracted by the shorts.
It was like,
you remember the hairdos. Okay, I get it.
Girl, I almost got a launch chair. And he goes, watch your step. I almost put my hand out so he can help me over the stuff on the. They were putting the mold down.
Vapors.
They were putting the baseboards down.
Oh, now Roxy's crying. Norton wants to finish.
So I have to go. I'm going to peek through the window today, Jennifer. So I don't know if they're waiting on another inspection. Nobody was there the last 2 days, but the weather was crappy. That's really why I'm stalking the house. Yep. You know it. Except when I go there, Jennifer, usually nobody's there. But they did, the floor people worked this weekend. So they got that. So now they got paper all over it. So you can't see it anyway. They have it all covered in paper. Yes, Jane. Yes.
Can you hear the birds? Because I put on the mic like to deaden the external noise.
Oh, okay.
And all I hear are birds. Can you hear them?
Oh, girl. Ellen, I don't know what I would do without hubby. He cleaned up dog poop last night. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't give mine back for $1 million. $1.1 million? No. I got a good one.
I can't scroll up on the chat.
You can't scroll up on the chat.
No, I mean, like, I can see like 5 comments and that's that.
Oh.
I missed when I'm done. So if I missed anybody, hello. Just saying.
I don't know. You said Craig was here?
Hey,
Craig. It's all Jennifer and Debbie's fault. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jennifer probably woke him up and told him he had to be here. Can I ask everyone to keep my brother's dog in your
Jane.
prayers? His dog is not doing great.
Who?
Aw,
Whose dog's not doing?
Jeffrey's brother,
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's nephew dog.
Okay, so the thing that Desert Rose just said, just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you can't look at the menu. I look at menus all the time. I want to.
Yes.
Just saying. And
Craig's full of bologna. Exactly, Jane. You know, in my head, sometimes I feel like you know, in my 20s, but then my body goes, hey, remember?
yeah, when I was trying to plant plants, and I actually had to, at some point, I had to just plop my butt down on the ground because kneeling or bending is hard. Being on your knees, it's out in the yard.
Yeah.
I still haven't planted any of those dahlia bulbs, and
Right. Yes,
we have to
Jeffrey, it
do that.
is, honey. We're going to keep your brother's dog in our prayers, and hopefully his leg is not broken.
Oh.
So they finally tore my sister-in-law's house down this week. So she's excited. She's living next door to us. She's been totally displaced for 3 years now.
3 years. That's
yeah.
insane.
She lived with her son and his wife for like 2.5 or over 2. So they just moved in this house right before we did next door. Oh, Debbie says she's got a big old dinner plate, yellow dahlia blooming.
Oh, I love those.
Hey,
big
Glenn.
ones. Gorgeous. Hi, Glenn.
Oh, wow. You had jury duty?
Why is
My daughter did too, but they didn't pick her this time. They did last time.
Jordan?
What is Norton doing? Oh, now Bella. Now that she woke us up last night with her poops, she's sleeping. Oh, now he's full of play.
He is, because Tony was outside of their like running around area, and the grass is really high there, and it's wet, and so he was rolling around in the grass, and now he's panting because he was running. Oh wow, it's so excited to watch Tony bend down and put some netting on a trellis for me. Yeah.
What are you watching when he bends down?
Me, I wasn't watching at all, but they were watching.
Oh, the dogs were watching.
I've seen everything. You know, been there, done that.
Oh God. Oh, I can't imagine having stairs. I would die if I had stairs.
Oh, I have stairs, but I'll tell you, I watch him when he's like.
He's quite cracked.
I watch him because I'm worried he's going to fall and break his neck, and then I'd have to call an ambulance. He says he got an infection in his finger from something, and he doesn't want to go to the doctor. Yeah.
Well, he better go because I can, get serious quick.
He said, I'm going to soak it in hot water. And he said, I put some Neosporin on it. I go, we probably haven't bought Neosporin in like.
Well, if he's going to soak it, at least put a little bit of Epsom salt in there.
All right, I'll tell him. He was just going to use table salt, like not table, but like kosher salt or one of those kind of salts.
That's going to hurt.
Why?
Regular salt.
Well, I mean, not rub it out, like when you soak it in water and some salt.
Right, Jennifer?
Yeah, sometimes at night when I'm going up those stairs and they're so steep. I mean, I'm using like my iPad as a cane almost, like to help me.
Oh, wow. Then your iPad's going to end up like Teresa's with a big spoon.
It's a good thing I have that crock covering on it.
When we were young, I always said, oh, I want a 2-story house. Now that we're older, I'm so glad we did.
Well, we just bought.
Claudette says, tell them to put apple cider vinegar in half water out 3 times a day for 10 minutes.
We don't have any apple cider, but We could go to the store. We could pass by the convenient care on the way to the store, and he could get a prescription for something. He has.
Is it like? Does it have like a? Is it like a lot of?
It's not pussy.
Really?
It was just a little swollen and slightly reddened. And I think that this is the year we should take care of our health because we're not getting younger. And now that we
Right.
have health insurance, we should try to do something about it before anything changes, is what I think.
Debbie says she's moving in a 55 plus community where someone else does the work.
Is this
Nothing
really
wrong with
happening,
that,
or is
Debbie.
that your fantasy? Is it really,
Right.
really happening? Because the reason, like my brother and sister-in-law said that those places were pretty reasonable, but when you go to sell, if you need to sell for any reason, you have to sell it to somebody 55 and over, and they didn't want to be limited. That's what they said. So they preferred to be in a regular community. My husband doesn't want to be in a community with an HOA because then they say you can't leave your garage door open or your curtains have to be white on the back. He doesn't want any of that nonsense. He just, he wants to do what he wants to do. If he wants to put rocks in the driveway for 3 days, he wants to be able to do that. So, oh, that's it. Yeah, you're gonna miss the keys.
Yeah.
And
Claudette said to tell him that really works.
There was the apple cider vinegar. We can go get some. I think we should get some kind of meat for the weekend.
For geese.
I know. What are they gonna do?
I don't know.
I hear weird noises. Anyway, let me get the dog. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come. I said buddy to move. There we go. Good girl.
Debbie says she's in Myrtle Beach. Everybody's either retired or disabled, so that won't be an issue.
Okay. Well, you're probably right.
She said maybe you have apples and you just and you don't have the vinegar.
I don't even know. I think if I have an apple in the refrigerator, it's probably kind of old at this point, but yeah. Well, I'll tell him. You said half vinegar, half water. He could try it.
She said
he says
she had an infection in her finger. It was swollen. She dipped it 2 times a day. For 2 days, it was gone.
He says he has no time to go to the doctor. Meanwhile, if he's going to sit and soak his finger.
Hi, Sonia.
I'm just saying. It's going to take time. Hi, Sonia. I don't, like you said, it could turn bad. What if he got really sick? I'd be, I couldn't do anything.
Well, you just need to watch it and make sure you know how to tell if the redness keeps increasing.
I'm going to have to draw on him. I'm just chuckling about drawing on him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure Debbie will find content wherever she's at. Debbie, Craig wants to know if you're still not dressed yet.
All right, let's keep the chat PG. Come on.
Well, he didn't say.
I know it sounds like my husband said yesterday. He's like, if anybody, how we're trying to do a garage sale, and it's supposed to be raining, and they wanted to start the community. It was supposed to start at 8:00 in the morning, and he goes, "That's really early." And I go, "Not for yard salers."
No, they usually start at 7 or earlier.
And he said, "Well, if we get early birds," he goes, "I'm going to walk around naked, and then they'll get the idea I'm not ready."
Oh my God.
And I go, how do you not have any kind of like, I don't know, like modesty that like you just, he goes, well, if they're going to look, they'll see.
Right.
Like,
wow. Make sure your shades are down tonight.
And I mean, like the community here is like pretty Amish. And if so, I'm worried we don't have parking, or we're so far away from the street. that it's
Well,
going to
maybe the ground will dry up some today.
I hope so. If somebody drives like partially off our driveway, they're going to make ruts or get stuck in the mud, and then it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Because there's a part where it's like we're on like we're
Well, you can get some of that
we've got like
caution tape
we're
stuff.
in between like 3 mountains, and so the
Yeah.
water kind of goes
Right. Hey,
some
Johnny,
through our yard. Hi,
can
Johnny.
Tony get a roll of that caution tape and kind of put it where they can't?
I don't know. I wanted him to kind of put his tiny car like up into the grass so it would be out of our way. But I don't know. We got to leave some room for people to turn around. We really should park one of our cars somewhere else. Like but to go to a place with a parking lot is pretty far away. I mean, maybe
Right.
we could do it at the church around the corner. I don't know. But we should. We should probably take one of our cars and park it in a parking lot somewhere.
Oh, that does sound interesting, Ellen.
I love Maine. I'm getting hungry. What time is it? 10:30.
Johnny, I forgot to send you that. Would you buy it or would you sell it or would you leave it? Jesus, Precious, you're all tangled up in my yarn.
Aw.
The other day, she took off running off my lap, and she had my yarn. I can't speak today. With her, and she took it all the way through the kitchen. Hey, Dee.
Hi, Dee.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The weather was bad and stuff here, and
yeah, we didn't even hear from her.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was kind of crazy.
Well, I'm gonna have to probably go by 11 because I have to start making.
Yes, Johnny.
Figuring out how we're gonna do a yard sale.
Oh, I did send it to you? I don't remember, Johnny.
Now you're gonna have to do a send.
Yeah, the paperweight. And then she sent me a really nice note saying how beautiful it was, and she bought it for her sister, that she wanted to keep it for herself. Oh, it was horrible yesterday, Glenn.
We had some weather. We got tornado warnings. We were told to go in our basement and take cover.
And now we under, flood warnings because the Mississippi.
That's sad.
Stage.
What's going on with America? Mother Nature's mad at us.
Johnny, I don't remember sending that to you. I really don't. Wow. Where's my brain? Oh, brain fog is part of that stuff too.
I get brain fog occasionally. I think it's getting old. Like the sad thing is, a lot of symptoms of all these issues could be from multiple conditions. It's hard to pick the one sometimes that like, oh, is the brain fog from like, is it from not sleeping?
I don't know. Maybe I was. Who knows? Dee, when you having surgery again?
Who's having surgery?
Right, Dee is having a knee replacement.
Oh, good luck with that.
I'm always on drugs. A lot of drugs, but not,
Not illicit drugs. She's on prescription medication prescribed by her doctors.
Good Lord, Johnny. That is so crazy. But did they guess the right price, Johnny? Because it was crazy this morning. My dog kept me up last night with diarrhea, so I was so tired this morning.
Look at how you're hugging that dog like a baby.
I know. Oh, it's for yeah. Today is Thursday, Dawn, not tomorrow.
I want a baby dog that I could hug.
That's my therapy right here.
I would like that. It would be nice.
I made a sale on Poshmark.
What did you sell on
A
Poshmark?
watch, one of those rhinestone watches I had.
Good. Congratulations. Poshmark's easy. It used to be you threw it in a
Although
envelope.
I had to put eBay tape on it.
It doesn't matter. Anybody that's going to get bent out of shape that you put eBay tape on a box shouldn't buy used things, period.
Right.
What I'm going to say.
And she
Even
told
if
me
it's
don't put any receipt or anything in it because it's a Mother's Day gift. But she didn't say put a Mother's Day card in it. So I just sent it like that with nothing in it.
Oh. YouTube listens. YouTube does listen, but I think Facebook's like really eavesdropping on us because it's crazy.
That's cool.
What were we talking about one day? And you said, watch it show up on your feed. And I'm like, it did.
It did. Yeah.
It did.
Well, I mean, I think this watch sold for
Now watches are going to
$29 something. So I'll make like $23, I think.
I'm interested in watercolor art supplies. So
okay. Well, I'm sending you that paint.
If that shows up on my feed, I'd be okay with looking at it. Or at least, beginner
It's not open, so I can't look at it to tell you unless you want me to open it.
That's okay. I'm just saying I'm interested because buying art supplies is almost as much fun as making art for me because I have a problem.
I know it is. And now I have the new AI thing on my phone.
Oh.
I almost had an argument with him. I told him to shut up.
I just tell mine to shut up all the time. Sometimes I'm watching TV and my phone or my iPad will kick on and say, I didn't understand. And I go, because I wasn't talking to you.
I tell mine that all the time. I didn't understand that. I wasn't talking to you. Okay, and then it'll tell you it'll erase that conversation.
Oh, mine never says it's going to erase it. They're all there. If it's really listening to me, I don't want to know. I don't know who they're going to report to, but it's not good half the time.
Yeah. Oh, look what I made.
That's really cute. Is that a gift bag?
It's a little bag. I don't know what you can do with it, but I saw it and I liked it.
It's cute.
It's a little bag.
Well, if you were traveling and you wear, I was going to say back in the days when women wore stockings, they used bags like that all the time to roll up their stockings and put in for trips. But it's cute.
Yeah. It's cute.
If you make it a little bigger, it could be a lingerie bag.
It could be a what?
Lingerie. Like bras and panties.
And it's cotton, so it could be washed and stuff.
So now that I said that, I'm going to get bra and panty ads.
Right.
I used to make little bags like that out of lace and put potpourri in it. But then I started getting sick from the idea.
No, Debbie would fall through the holes. Oh, good. Dee, I hope you liked everything.
Oh, that's right. You could put a soap in it and then use it in the shower like a scrubby.
I guess you could. It's kind of big, though, for that.
Still, you need the a little extra for the washing cloth part of it. It could work. My grandmother, my great grandmother my dad told me this, they used to use little things like that for soap ends, and because they were being frugal during the Depression, and they would make a little place that you could just you could use the ends of the soap and shower with it or bathe with it. I thought that was pretty smart.
Tight things usually don't work well.
This is weird. I don't mind using a soap till it gets pretty thin.
Oh, nobody at my house uses the soap once it gets like this. Makes me crazy.
You could put it in the bag and they'll make it.
I know. If you're not going to use it, just throw it away.
Right. Well,
and then it gets stuck to the
I was listening to Oprah talk once, and she said when she got rich, she said when she was poorer and she used to scrounge, they would use soap till it was so thin and almost
Right.
got used up in the shower. She said, when I got rich, she goes, the one thing I wanted was a fresh bar of soap at every shower. And I thought, that's a
Damn.
little excessive, but I get her. I mean, look, she can afford it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
My brother-in-law said one thing he wasn't going to have was holes in his socks when he got married.
well, that's
Growing
nice.
up, I mean, my husband's one of 14. I'm sure they had holes in their socks, you know?
Yeah. I I don't okay. I like body wash, but I don't like using it because I do feel like it's I don't know, like you know how like some people want to feel that moisturization? When I have like things that are supposed to make you feel moisturized,
Mhm.
I feel like it doesn't come clean off me. So I just like to use
Okay. Glenn
oh.
says he kind of glues it together. You know, he sticks the small piece to the big soap.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
I like Dove. And then I was watching, you know, these crazy people who go through Costco and Sam's and say, oh, you should never buy this. And they were saying
are they
Dove is one of
crazy
the
or are
things
they
you shouldn't buy.
dermatologists? Are they
No, it
crazy?
was some guy, some economical, not economical, eco-friendly person, whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, there's chemicals in certain things we don't realize, and even in like I had friend who used to put scented candles on all the time, and her husband kept getting various kinds of cancers. And I thought, you know, you really should all the stuff like the detergents with
Mhm.
fragrance, and the and the candles, like just that stuff isn't. We don't really know the implications of all of these chemicals on
Right.
our bodies, and they feel like it's bad for us.
No,
So
it wasn't Bobby. It was somebody else. And he was saying you shouldn't use, you know, the pods. And
yeah,
just trying to think of some of the other crap he says.
well, I mean, my husband says, why does dishwashing soap smell so fragrant? I don't want to pull my dishes out of the dishwasher and they smell like they still have soap on it. And then I
Mhm.
actually rinse the dishes after they come out. It just defeats the purpose, I feel. I rinse it before they go in. I rinse it when it comes out because it smells it's
Right.
smelly in a way.
Let me tell you, I used to sell Melaleuca. Great product if you can afford it. And everything is non-chemical, non-paraben, all that. Like everything is like no smells, all, you know, good for you, natural stuff. Anyway, so I used to buy their dishwasher stuff
Hmm.
and I ran out and I had some Cascade left. I was standing next to my sink by the dishwasher. I got so sick
Right?
after the fumes of the
Right.
came out of there. I mean, it has carcinogens in it, but we had like totally detoxed our house for a while. And then, so when I did smell it, oh my God, it was horrible.
And then they put all the clothes washing soaps in those plastic jugs that supposedly deteriorate over time. I don't know. I think like I'd like to be one of those people that gets stuff in like paper boxes, but if you get like powder soap, it gets like cakey and it's hard to
Well, now
dissolve.
they say those sheets, those laundry detergent sheets. I don't know.
My friend tried them and he said, I don't know. He wasn't impressed, but like I don't he's weird anyway, so I don't know. Stop. I mean, I don't know if I might be more impressed.
Yeah,
We
Glenn says don't use drying agents in dishwasher. It's not safe.
oh, but see, I think all of the fancy Cascade stuff has that the drying stuff. I don't like it.
Hmm.
I don't know. We're doing something different. Like, why did my great grandmother live to 94 and my grandmother lived to 92, and then both of her daughters lived only to like 72? It's this well, one died at 71, and I mean the average was 72. I think my mom died at 73. Like,
No, I haven't heard of that. Have you heard of Buff City Place? She buys a detergent from there.
No, we don't have one. Is it a store, Buff City, or is it a website? What is it? She uses her use your dishwasher as a storage area. That's not bad if you okay, I get it.
Yep.
My
All the
grandmother
power
used her oven as a storage area. She never turned on the oven the whole time she lived in her apartment in the Bronx. And when she passed away, it was factory clean. It had some dust, but there was not one speck of grease on it because she never used it. So she used to just store her pots and pans in there.
She said it is a soap. They sell soaps, detergents, lip balms, etc.
I can't go to like stores like Bed Bath and not Bed. What's the one? The Bath and Body Works store because it's too smelly for me.
Yeah.
But if there's a store that has no smell, I would go in it.
Yeah. I can't go in those perfume stores.
Truthfully, we don't have them all out in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania. So I was just going to say,
Oh, and he was saying dryer sheets are really bad.
Oh, see, now I got the ones that are supposed to get rid of the dog hair, and I've been using them, but for a long time, I wasn't using any dryer sheets because they're bad.
Oh, she said you bring your bottles and they refill it.
All right. But if you get glass ones, oh, it would be hard. Be heavy. I wish they would come out with well, there was a thing, forget what I just said. There are recipes on the internet, like how people used to take that Zote bars and just like use a vegetable peeler and peel a couple of like slivers of it and use like baking soda with that. And they would make they would use soap as laundry soap. And it was so much cheaper. It's beyond reasonable when you see what people would use like borax type stuff. If you see the
I don't know, Jane, that's just what he said. I wasn't really listening to him. Look, I did that, Glenn. I would cut mine, the dryer sheets. You don't need a big old piece of it for it to work.
Well, the ones that I have now are really big. I could cut them in half for sure.
At least in half, yeah.
And it's not just the scent, which could be irritating my migraines, but they say like it coats it with some kind of chemicals that you don't need touching your skin. It's hard, the Amish people, for all of their not being like advanced, their clothes when they do wash day are very clean. And
Jennifer said she used to add 2 or 3. Such a waste, Jennifer. Such a waste.
It's not even. It's a lot.
Now, my husband likes those Downy Sentables or whatever you call them. Little
Somebody gave me some clothes I bought some clothes that had been washed with those things. I washed it already twice and I still smell it. I can't get rid of it. I'm about to try to sell it at the yard sale. Hi, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick. Long time no see. Oh, it's Office Patrick coming to sneak in.
Good for Office Patrick. You know
what? I don't think I hit the like button.
When I go by, there's a lilac bush outside, and when I walk by it, it smells really nice. But I can't put it in the house because then I would get sick from it. You know what I mean? Like I could smell a fragrance of flowers and say, "Oh, it smells good."
When growing up, everybody had those honeysuckle bushes.
Oh, we have some honeysuckles outside,
and it would make me so sick when I passed by it. Just the smell was just so nauseating. But everybody had them on their fences, growing on the fence. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda. I use vinegar, but I use vinegar with a little bit of fragrance-free clear detergent. Just a little bit. Add vinegar. And my husband's like, why don't you put it in with the softener area? I go, I put it in with the wash. And he goes, I go, I've been doing it like that for years. And I think my clothes don't smell like vinegar at all, but they smell fresh for some reason.
Mhm.
I feel they smell fresh. Maybe other people would disagree, but
Right.
it smells good for me. I mean, it smells like, I don't know, it smells nice.
Oh, I don't know, Debbie. She said she thought laundry soap is a lot of salt.
I don't know. It's not
You know, like I think they said Tide has like fiberglass in it.
We're all watching because my husband is driving my car
Ooh.
somewhere.
And look at the dogs.
I'm concerned that people are going to try to do U-turns in the small area we have and crash into my car.
Right.
No, I'm paranoid. That happened to me at a store. That's why I'm paranoid. When I had the car for like 2 weeks.
Not good.
It's
Yeah. Vinegar will cut odors. Yeah, that's what they say. That's why a lot of people have.
I think it's good. I go glug 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 on. I got the biggest vinegar I could find.
Oh, purple. Let me tell you, they were able to keep my clothesline. They didn't have to take it down. I can't wait to go put some new lines on it.
My husband put the woven line on my clothesline, and it like kind of has some stretch. And when I put it went all the way down to the floor.
No, you got to get. We used to have a pole with a notch cut, and you would put the pole to hold it up after you put your clothes on it. I love to hang clothes out until my son, when he was little, he said, "Mama, I'm gonna hang clothes." He took my underwear and he stretched them out and hung them. I'm like, "Turn it off, get it down." Oh my God.
Somebody said that's why they started wearing thongs, because they didn't want it to look like the big granny panties on.
Well, I mean, if I put underwear out, I put it hanging from the crotch. So
the Amish people, they have to hang their underwear or their personal garments, anything that's like not like in a private area. And I'm like, huh?
They can't. You said
you're not supposed to air your lawn, like your unmentionables kind of around. Anyway, why is it
cool.
I wanted to I had my own design.
Well, you know, my grandmother always said, if you want to get stains out.
Now, you told me that that sounds disgusting. And
you lay it on the grass when the dew is going to hit, and it like bleaches it out, is what she swears by. So what I did when I bought all those doilies and stuff from somebody, I washed them and I hung them out early in the morning so that the dew can hit them. And I don't know. No bras and panties hanging on.
I don't think that I don't think they're supposed to be wearing underwear, which I find kind of like weird. But we were driving by a clothesline yesterday or the day before, and it had so many bright colored dresses that I was surprised. Like it had a yellow dress, and I'm like, they were the big Amishy dresses. But I thought, I've never seen an Amish lady in a yellow.
Maybe it was for special occasions.
Or maybe something. My husband said maybe she takes them lunch. And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. But
yep, that's what they said.
Well, honestly,
I used to love to hang out. And then what I do is, as I pick them up, I fold them. So when you go inside, everything's done.
It's so humid here that it's a rare.
You're right, Jennifer. Except they wasn't dirty.
Well, you said if they had stains, but like, yeah, I mean, sometimes you wash something, and if you have a grease spot, you have to get creative to try to get those grease spots out.
Yeah.
I was having food at a diner, and I dropped something on my shirt, and I noticed it, and I said, "Oh, I got a drop." And he said, "Yeah, I noticed that before." And I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me?" He goes, "What are you going to do about it now?" I took a saccharin package and I put it on, and then I squeezed a clean napkin onto it. And when I brushed it off, it looked clean. And he said, "What is that? Some kind of magic trick?" And I go, "That's what it is." And I don't know. It
I
helps
know
it-
it's baby powder, but I didn't know that.
if you get it quick. You can help absorb some of the grease out. It works better than lemon juice and
Okay. Right,
club
Glenn?
soda. It's kind of like a joke.
I can usually tell when my neighbor's gonna cut grass though. But my yard is pretty big. If they cut grass, it wouldn't affect my laundry.
Ah. Well, I keep needing to like get like new knots on that line.
You wanna get up?
Hairspray
Okay.
has hairspray used to have a lot of alcohol in it, and I was told like back in the day, like if you got a pen mark on your clothes to just as soon as possible put alcohol. Like if you could put 91% alcohol, like put a paper towel under it, dab it with the alcohol on like a cotton pad or a paper towel, you could try to get that off. It helps. It's not always
Oh,
100%, but
let me
get a
tell
lot
you
of
what
it.
happened. I had brand new nursing uniforms. And
She goes, hey, listen, did you hear this? I'm sorry.
brand new, and I had an ink pen in my pocket. It was everywhere. So I used hairspray, got probably 95% of it out. I had to work on it a while, but
There's
tell
your
Thomas
baby.
to take that out.
Is it Bella the one with the bowel habits that are bad?
Huh?
Is Bella the one that had the diarrhea?
Yes. And big dogs, big poop.
She
Wanna get up? Wanna say hi?
Desert Rose Beads and Baubles said her pig Sizzline went to the butcher's. Oh no, that's horrible. After she pulled all the laundry off the lines and rolled in the clean sheets.
Thomas, can you bring Bella out,
Poor
please?
piggy. Aw, Sizzline.
Go tell Thomas. Go ahead.
That's a blast from the past. Was there some kind of like bacon type thing that was low fat and they called it Sizzling?
Sizzle something.
Really?
Yeah.
That's familiar. Like, was it turkey bacon? That's so funny. Dirty laundry. It's the butcher for you.
Right. Yeah, I'd be mad. Oh
Huh.
my God.
I mean, they say
Thomas,
pigs are smart. Like they.
can you bring Bella out, please?
That's so funny. I mean, it's funny and it's not funny for the pig, but we kept seeing that pig. And I told you at Christmas time it disappeared. I haven't seen it since. And you said, and now it's a pork chop.
Yep.
Okay. Are you the same bra size? Is that what you mean?
Wow. Yep. That's what I told Susie. That pig ain't there no more because it went to the turned into pork chops.
I'm thinking they put it in with the male pig to breed it. I'm gonna think that it went to the back pasture, and now I see ponies in that place. Miniature ponies, miniature horses.
Okay.
Our neighbor down the road has an actual drivable tractor, and I think they're cheating on the test. These Amish people with the tractor, because the ones around here are using like 4 or 5 horses, and they're doing it the old timey way. But the guy who has the cornfield out there, he uses a real tractor.
Mm.
But I've seen him driving things like up the hill. I think they have like one for the community and they share it.
Oh,
That's
maybe.
what they do. Okay, that's funny.
Oh, cool.
So that's why my coconuts are bigger than your coconuts. Okay. I don't know. They used to make such a big deal about that when we were growing up. I must increase my bust. And I'd be like, roll my eyes. It's no big.
Last straw. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. If she was being pushy and being
One of the
rude.
dogs got a hold of the neighbor's chicken because they got out and they would always come down our street. So I called him and he came to get it. And he goes, well, guess that'll be dinner tonight.
Oh, okay. dinner.
Dinner, right? I didn't have one of those.
Well, no.
When are you and Tony converting to Amish?
Never.
Teresa was selling your neighbors.
She was what?
She was selling your neighbors. Two little wooden figures, and they had no face, and they were like in the Amish clothes.
That's definitely the Amish dolls have. They usually make them out of like fabric, and they have no faces at all. So I went to an Amish auction, and they got up to a lot. They were selling different lots of stuff, and one of them was Amish dolls, but they had faces. So the Amish guy who's doing the auctioneering said a lot of, and then he goes, "Ooh, creepy dolls." I was laughing. They had he called them creepy because they had faces. I think the ones without faces are creepy, but okay. And someone bought them, so yeah, boobs. I think I was 11.
Yeah, I was pretty young too.
Pretty much. By yeah, 5th grade. Yeah, 5th grade. It was a B cup at 5th grade. So yeah, I was pretty like I matured early. And then now I'm de-evolving.
De-evolving. Well, it's a circle.
It is. Yeah. I was definitely, I felt like I was pretty together. Like when I was in my early 20s, I was like, I had like 2 or 3 jobs. I was like always going out. I was really doing stuff, but I was also in my 20s. So yeah, I had energy.
Yeah. Energy is not in my vocabulary right now.
Since COVID, I got like a little bit disgusted about like, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to breathe your air if I don't know you.
Right.
Oh, I mean, and half the times I go out and it sounds like someone's coughing up a lung. I don't want to be around them. I don't know what they have. So anyway, I like shopping in the stores near here where it's a big supermarket. And if you see one person or 2 people in the aisle, it's crowded day. So in New Jersey, it's like everybody's banging in here. It's like the parking lot is full all the way to the back. So different out here.
Oh, Lord. Bella's after the neighbor's dog. Because the neighbor's dog is this big and thinks she's that big.
Well, I'm with you, Jennifer. Why do you need to be like, it's almost like wearing a girdle on your top half. It's
I know. It's like you can't wait to get home and let the girls out.
Oh, really? Yesterday I was walking around and I said to Tony, I'm kind of bouncy today. He goes, well, that's the best way to be. I'm like, shut up.
Oh my God.
Because that's what's fun about those. I'm like, oh. Stop bragging about needing bigger coconut. Yeah, Jennifer, somebody told me that one doctor told me I had to try to keep the underside of my boob dry. And I said, I'm gonna have to hang upside down. How is this gonna work? I mean, I think the last time my under area was dry, I was probably 10 years old. It just doesn't, no, it never, I went right into saggy. So, and you're perky and you're 60, good for you. You're lucky. It's I think it's unusual.
That's awesome, Debbie.
Yeah, really. You could put that on your dating profile. I'm perky as hell.
Jennifer said she can't fit her boob in a coconut.
I would need a really big coconut. The first time I went into the underwear department with Tony, he said, I'm embarrassed. And I go, why? And he said, I don't know. It's just weird for me. And he says, so what size do you need? I go, look for one that looks like a salad bowl. And he He started laughing. And then I go, or a helmet. Those are probably my size.
Debbie
So
said she said she's a triple T, teeny tiny tits.
are you on the itty bitty titty committee? Anyway, they do get in the way. I wouldn't mind being smaller. There's no reason. Once, yeah, anything like over, honestly, like a kind of a B or C is like really in the way. I'm imagining. As I
I
was a
was
triple
watching
D for
this
most.
little YouTube. This lady was making a joke. She said she found a lump in her left breast, so she went to the doctor. And when he checked it, he goes, "No, that's your kneecap."
That sounds like a Joan Rivers joke. Yeah. Jewish Anglo.
Right, Jane?
They're not ears. Anyway, it's hard to get something comfortable. And they claim like it's hard to get comfortable underwear when
Big boobs make your arm short.
this makes your waist shorter, I feel. Anyway, I don't want to really get into it, but there's a point where everything starts like collecting in one area and then you just look wide in the middle.
Right. I guess, Jennifer, one thing leads for off of one and then just runs away. Too funny. What are you looking at, Precious?
When I lost a lot of weight, that one time I got really thin. I put on one of my old pairs of underwear and it was so big. I pulled it up over my chest, like to my armpits. And I said I could wear this as like a one-piece piece.
Right.
And Tony's like, I don't want to see that ever again. It's weird. No, it's not a brag. I mean, it's really, I don't find it to be, for me personally, it's a hindrance more than.
Marina, she said she's like an iPad flat.
I would rather, as I get older, I would enjoy experiencing life flat. I feel. I mean, I'd probably lose like 30 pounds, and clothes would fit better. I would think. Like a lot of times, it gets in the way. Anyway, I need to lose more weight. I lost like 12 pounds.
That's good.
It is, but I feel sad that I got there again. You're 5'2". Well, I'm like, no, I used to be 5'5", and now they're saying I'm 5'3". The lion.
I know.
$115. That's very slender. Probably feels nice. I haven't been that weight since a time when I was dieting in high school, I think.
Man, I might have been in grade school.
I was that weighting. I was 125 pounds when I graduated 6th grade. So yeah. Then I went nutty in high school and stopped consuming a lot of food. I mean, I was eating like a chicken leg and a tomato and a plum all day. I don't know how I had the determination to not eat. But it's not good for you to do that. Real calorie deprivation ruins your metabolism.
Debbie's 4'11" and 106.
Also, sounds good. It must be nice to be that light. You must feel like you can just be free.
You shrank. Yep, that's what we tend to do as we get older.
I shrank. Like this space got real contracted. It's not good. Her small boobs are weird.
Let's go lay down.
You are little Debbie.
Well, that sounds. I'm sure it looks better than, having
Go lay down.
water balloons and skin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Go lay down. Let's go.
When someone said, "What's your bra size?" I was like, 42 long.
Lay down.
What did you wrong?
They don't make them like that.
Jennifer said her daughter's 4 months pregnant, weighs only 110.
Wow. Is she short or is she? How tall is that? It's very petite. Hello.
Oh wait, I gotta take this.
Okay. She's got to take it. I have to leave. I got to get rolling with that. What did my husband do with the cars? I got to peek. He put all our cars in the place where people would turn around on the yard sale. I don't know if maybe he's cleaning out the garage, meaning sweeping it. It's really dirty. We're having issues with our garage. It's sort of like falling apart. I think the insulation is breaking down. And then I think some animals started living in between the front part and the siding. Because I heard them running around in there. And it sounded way bigger than a mouse. So, and then I saw a snake skin under one of the so I'm like, so the snake went in my garage to eat the mice. It's pretty smart. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to want to stand in there doing the yard sale. It's frightening. It's like the Wild Kingdom.
The AT&T guy, they called me to say that the guy's coming tomorrow. I hit the prompt to cancel it because we're still not in the house. And he says, I'll be there in 40 minutes.
Listen
no,
to
you're not,
this.
'cause I'm not
Listen to
there.
this. Do you remember I told you I was on the phone for 3 hours one day trying to cancel that mobile service? They sent me a bill for the next month already. So it never got canceled. So I called my credit card company and I said, I canceled the service. I never used the service. I want a refund. So they're going to cancel it for me. And they're asking for my money back.
Well, I canceled it last night. And now he's saying, I'll be there in 40 minutes. I'm like, no, you're not, because I don't have access to the house.
Well, that's bad.
And there's no electricity, yet. So.
Okay, she's going to continue the story. Oh my God. There was a snake in the house. That's frightening. That garter snakes came in the house. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah,
I would have freaked too.
I would have freaked out.
Ellen said she'd have moved. Oh, yeah. So he's there and he goes, well, I have to call my boss. I'm like, you call who you want to, but I canceled.
There you go. I mean, look, you don't even, the house isn't even, do they do certificate of occupancy and stuff? I mean, you don't even have access to it. It's like, yeah.
That's what I told him. I said, it's locked. I said, only the contractors can get in. Because I'd be in there hanging out if I could get in.
Oh, Jennifer has snakes she invited into her kitchen.
Oh, Marie has a snake.
The snakes that are around here are not invited. I saw one in the garden the other day where the dogs go. And I took a picture of it, actually.
She said she lets them up there. She even paid for them. Marie's got a, what do you call it? A ball python. It fits in your hand. Well, at least the last time I saw it, it did.
Her mother-in-law. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh God.
My mother-in-law was a trip. That's all I'm gonna say. She passed away, unfortunately, but she was kind of crazy.
No
Oh my
funny.
gosh. My husband and his brother-in-law, they had a contest to like which mother did the most like crazy things. And I said, Tony, you're gonna win this one. And the brother-in-law won. It was frightening. These two mothers.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I mean, I thought my mom did some strange stuff growing up, that wouldn't exactly seem she was overall like a very, responsible person overall, except, in certain things I'm not going to get into right now. However, this one guy said he said his mother was feeling suicidal and had her kids in the back seat, and she said she was going to drive into the ocean, and she drove all the way up to the beach to like the surf, and then she just like backed out of it. And I'm like, can you imagine sitting in the back of a car and your mom saying, I'm going to kill us? That's frightening.
I had a friend that happened to.
Really frightening. Who am I petting?
We got a ball python and an albino corn snake. I don't know. She had frozen mice in the freezer.
Well, better than a live mice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was curled up in her hand, or she, I don't know what it was. I really didn't care to know.
I went to somebody's house once who had a lot of reptiles, and they were taking the snakes out because at the time I was really scared of them, and they just were doing it to be mean to me. I don't enjoy people like that, honestly. Quite frankly, I don't want mice in my house. I don't want rats in my house. But I knew someone who kept some rats as pets. They were really smart and they were friendly. And they would just like kind of chill. And they were really like, you could sit and pet it and it was like loving, and she would give it little treats and it would like lick her face. They were very, very tame and friendly. Anyway, they were clean, smart, and friendly. But snakes, I don't see them as they don't really have like an emotional intelligence, if you know what I mean. Like they just have instincts. So it's not like when people say, oh, my snake is loving. No, your snake is probably well fed and just calm and enjoys you because you're warm. It's not the same as having like a hamster. Or whereas some people, I had a friend who had a lot of snake-like things. He also had an alligator in his house. But one day his hamsters were gone, and I was like, "Where'd the hamsters go?" And he just said, "Well, they died." And I'm like, "They died because he probably fed them to the snakes."
Oh my God. Dawn used to have some hamsters.
I had hamsters. I enjoyed hamsters. Well, I enjoyed hamsters because it was all I could have. I really wanted a dog. But I lived in an apartment building in New York City, and they wouldn't let you have dogs at the time. So I was told. Yeah, that's what my husband had a big iguana. And he said, when people say that their iguana is friendly and you could pet it, he said, he goes, it wasn't interested in love. It wanted warmth and it wanted food, period. Like that was really it. And it would get out of the tank and walk up the stairs to go sit on some plants in the window. And it knew like that there were somehow plants. I knew a guy who owned a store, and he had an iguana there, and it would go into the bathroom to go to the bathroom. And he thought that it was so smart. And I'm like, probably smelled the water in there or something. There was something about that place that attracted it, but it's not like
Right.
he said, he goes, don't go near it. It's mean. And I'm like, why do you have it out in your store? You're going to turn off some people.
Or be a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Really? Yeah, they're looking for warmth all the time.
But remember that bearded dragon Marie had? Well,
Yeah.
she ended up rehoming it.
Right.
And the granddaughter to the lady who owns the booth took it. She takes that thing everywhere. It's always attached to her. So
Well, at least it's having
It's
she's
having its
having
best
fun
way.
with it. Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure like it doesn't really care if it's in a store or at the beach or in a park. But it's it's being cared for and it's getting.
Oh my God, that's the AT&T guy again.
I'm gonna have to go soon. I'm gonna have to price everything that I need to sell. I don't know what to price things at. Prices are just gonna start to double soon on things. And I'm gonna sell it. I want to sell them almost for retail, but I'm not gonna get any sales. I don't even think people are going to come to this yard sale. We're going to do all this work and nobody's going to show up. My husband's like, why do we need a sign? I go, we need a sign because he goes, well, isn't it listed somewhere? I go, Tony, people driving by need to know there's a yard sale or they're just going to drive right by. I go, I don't know where the list of addresses is for the people participating in this town-wide yard sale. I don't know. Anyway. I'm going to put like 3, 5, and 10. I don't know. I want to make things like $12. So when people say, will you take 10? I'll go, yeah, that's what I would want. But I know when I go to yard sales, yeah, that's what you need. Like he doesn't understand. Because the church is doing it too. There's probably a list of people participating. So I don't know if they think people are going to go to the church and then go shopping around, but I don't know. Yeah, you need to have a sign saying, come to my address and you need one on the road. So, I mean, our garage is, I don't know, it's pretty far. It's almost like a city block. No, I don't know. It's really far from the street.
Oh my God. He
They
goes, is this Dawn Southern? And I said, yes. He goes, well, hello, Miss Southern.
No, my name is actually Dawn.
It's on my business. That's why it's Dawn Southern Finds. Hey, Miss Southern. Oh, Lordy.
That's what I mean. I think if I put something for like $15 that I really want 10 for, that people will offer me 10. I think I have to price higher than I want. But then if you have high price things, I'm going to have a couple things for $1 just to, have some inexpensive stuff. But there you go. Price as twice as much as you're willing to take. Okay. I'm going to try it. I have a 6-pack of Star Wars socks. I know that there's people selling them for $10 and $15 on the internet, but you have to pay shipping. So I was thinking of just bagging them like 2 for $5, or $3 each, and see if they'll go.
Right, but you don't want to go too high because I know, like, if I go to a garage sale and I see a price that's too high, I just walk off.
I'm gonna have some stuff for $1, but I'll use the socks if nobody else will buy them. I mean, I feel like I'm not just going to give them away because.
Right.
Anyway, I mean, there's some stuff that I just don't want anymore. And I can make stuff between like less than $10, but
I am cheap. I used to be the quarter.
Bills. My milk costs $5 a container and it's not even a half gallon. I need some money.
Right. I was, oh my God, so cheap because.
You're not buying $3 socks? What are you going to buy them for, Debbie? Tell me. You're going to pay
I would get my glass for like $25 for each piece of glass, like each
if
glass.
they're brand new. And she's like, no, I'm not at a yard sale.
Not a yard sale.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, my husband just passed at the house. I saw the flash that Garrett arrived at home. Should we call him and see?
You can. I'm gonna have to go soon. Call him. I'm gonna have to go.
Hang on, let me call him.
I mean, when I go to a yard sale, in my dream yard sale, everything is probably $1 also. But
he's gonna answer. Yeah.
There were really good things.
Hey. I saw you pass in front of the house and you are live, so be nice. So are they there?
First of all, what?
because it pops up on my phone. So I know where you are. So you are live, but you gonna cut it off your phone? Okay. Yeah, I need to know. Anyway, beside the point. So they got 6 cars there? For real? Or are you lying? They said hello.
Hello, John's husband.
All right, cool. All right, you're gonna ask them to let you in. If you do, you need to take pictures this time.
I can't hear him.
Okay. All right. Bye, honey. What are you doing tracking me? He knows I track him.
I don't know. I
Actually,
didn't hear everything you said, but
he said they got 6 cars there.
do you know what? Some people in this area are doing bake sales at their yard sale. And
Yeah.
they even said you could try to sell waters. And I'm
Yeah.
like thinking, there's a whole lot of stuff I didn't even think I could try to market on. Like,
Yeah. I used to make cookies or fudge or brownies. Some people make muffins. That would be easy.
You know what they call them, garbage can cookies? I'm gonna say dog hair cookies. No. I have do you know that what is it? I bought baking mix for chocolate chip cookies. So it would be like kind of or pre-measured.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying I would take some of Tony's cookies, even if it had a dog hair in it.
One day we will actually make stuff. But I actually bought some extra oatmeal. What did we need for that? Orange zest. Anyway.
Tony's cookies were the bomb. They
Yeah,
were
but
good.
I'm on a diet now. I will eat at least a dozen. I know me.
If I can't have them.
I don't know. I wish you okay.
You would have to leave the flour out.
I was gonna say I'd have to go away for the weekend and then he could bake cookies and send them to you. Or something.
I'd have to send him gluten-free flour first.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
I mean, like when I make chocolate chip cookies, now tell me this isn't weird. I mean, I'll go, oh, one is more brown than the others. I'll eat it. I go, oh, one looks a little misshapen. I'll eat it. And then I'll go, oh, this one broke. I'll eat. I don't know, like by the time I'm done, there's like 10 cookies left out of one.
Right. I would be icing the sugar cookies and I'd press too hard, it would crack. Damn, it cracked. Might as well eat it now. Yeah,
really.
But I was good. I did those 9 dozen of cookies and I didn't eat one.
That's really good.
Not even the crumb.
I know. I mean, sometimes I want to like.
And it's not for the weight part of it. It's
just because you're trying to be good on your low histamine diet, and see if you feel better. I know that when I was doing the gluten free, it was really, really hard, but I felt like I had a lot of energy. Like, and I
don't feel as bloated on it. So
lately I feel a lot less bloated, but I kind of think I know what the reason is. I'm not going to say it out loud, but it's just, it feels better to not feel so bloated all the time.
Right.
And
well, Susie, I'm going to have to go because I have to bring my sister-in-law somewhere.
All right, no problem. And I have to see what my husband's doing. So
asking a favor, having a sale Monday for yarn and knitting needles. Please send your knitters and crochet. Okay. You want to drop your link?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Jessica. How are you, honey?
Irina. Hi, Jessica.
Yeah, put your link in real quick before we leave.
Yeah, definitely put the link in. And
let's see, I'm gonna.
Why don't you go to Dawn Sale tomorrow, and also put your link if you can.
Let's see, is it called What's in the Bag? Is that it? What's in the bag?
Go get some sun if you can.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica. But we're shutting down shop now.
520. Wait, I'm looking for her thingy majiggy so I can click on it and notify me. I think that's it. Okay, I got a notification on.
I'm gonna have to go eat some eggs because that's about all we have that I could eat now.
I'm gonna nope, that's on Sunday. Oh, it's on Monday. You got a thumbnail up? The 12th, the 11th.
To go Monday.
Oh, Monday Menagerie. Is that it? Cool. Awesome.
All right, good. Split it up. All right, everybody. Have a great week.
Yep. Have a good one. And we will see you tomorrow on Dawn's Deal with Teresa.
Wish me good luck at the yard sale. I hope I sell more.
Okay, awesome. I'll be there. All right, guys.